Hello, thanks a lot for coming here and start watching this video. So, some of my viewers have asked for how to prepare for Scrum Master certification. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to prepare for Scrum Master certification. I'll tell you about PSM, which is Professional Scrum Master from scrum.org. So, this is the certification which I did, and I can share my experience, how you can prepare for it, what are the various steps you need to go through to get this certification. So in PSM there are three levels: PSM 1, PSM 2 and PSM 3. PSM 1 is the first and easiest level. If you clear PSM 1, then you are eligible for PSM 2, and if you clear PSM 2, then you are eligible for PSM 3. PSM 1 is the basic, the starting point of this Scrum Master certification. So I'm going to share with you how to prepare for PSM 1. The very first thing that you need to do is that read Scrum Guide. I have given the link of the Scrum Guide in the description box. This is a very concise, brief guide, just around 12 pages long. And even in that, the front page talks about index, and the end page there is end note. So actually it's just 10 pages of a read. So 10 pages is not much. I think everyone can easily go through it. This guide is very useful if you are preparing for PSM 1 certification. I would recommend read it for at least 3 times. So I even read it many times. Even today, sometimes I just go and refer something in from the guide. So I keep a hard copy and soft copy both of this guide. I keep it very handy with me. I love this Scrum guide. This has described all the essential elements which are needed in the Scrum, and the entire framework, the entire Scrum framework end to end is defined in this guide. um, I scored 98.5% in my PSM 1, and I'm going to share with you exactly the steps that I did. So first step, read Scrum guide at least for 3 times. There is no harm, you can read it for even more. Why I'm saying 3 times? Every time you will read it, you will get a different perspective. You get a deeper understanding, because each and every line in Scrum guide is very important, hence read it multiple times. Number 2, if you are an experienced Scrum Master, then I would say training would not be very much required, needed, or I would not really recommend. If you are experienced, if you are already working as a Scrum Master in industry, so you know pretty much everything about the role. So training is not necessary for you. But if you are someone who is just entering into this, who has recently developed passion about Scrum, then you can go for PSM 1 training as well. So this training is offered from scrum.org itself. You can get yourself enrolled and you can go ahead for the training. It will cost you somewhere around 14-15,000 INRs. You can go ahead for the training. Then the third thing that I would recommend you doing is that get yourself mentored by some Scrum Master. Especially if you are not an experienced Scrum Master, or even if you are experienced, then it is just 6 months or less than a year kind of experience. um, you can get yourself in touch with an experienced Scrum Master, get yourself mentored, try to learn from his or her experiences. That will really help you in building the practical knowledge of Scrum. This is again one thing that you can do. Again, if you are experienced Scrum Master, clearing this PSM1 certification will be very very easy for you. But I would say, even if you are experienced, before the certification, do read Scrum Guide, because there will be some direct kind of tricky questions. But if you have read Scrum Guide, and things are there in your mind, you will get it right. But if even if you are experienced, sometimes what happens, what we do practically, that is different from what is recommended in the ideal world. And in the exam, you have to answer from the perspective that ideally what is correct. So that is why I am focusing a lot on reading Scrum Guide. Do read Scrum Guide before you appear in the exam. This is the foremost requirement. Second, I already told you that you can get training, and third is that you can get yourself mentored from any experienced Scrum Master. Then in industry, there have been some great agile practitioners and Scrum Masters who have written a lot of books also on Scrum. If you are interested, you can let me know. I can reply you back in the comments. I can share with you names of few books. There are a lot of books available. You can just google them, Scrum books, agile books, and you can no I mean, for the certification, I would say just go with Scrum books. If you are trying for PSM certification, you can go through those books as well to get a deeper understanding of the framework. And I don't recall any book which is free. I think every book is paid. But again, the best thing is that Scrum Guide is totally free of cost. Download a copy of it and start learning. In your learning, when you're reading the Scrum Guide, you may come across certain questions, certain things that might be difficult for you to understand. You can let me know. I can help you out with that. If there is any query, any gap in understanding. After doing all these steps, just before you appear for the examination, on scrum.org website, there is open assessments. I'll give you the link of that too. There are open assessments. Go ahead and give Scrum Master open assessment. It is again free of cost. There will be 30 questions asked in this assessment. It will be time boxed, and it is free. You can take it n number of times. So you give this open assessment multiple number of times. You can do it at the end, after doing all the steps that I have told you. Or what you can do, you can even start doing these open assessments from the beginning of your learning. So in the beginning, if you give, suppose you get 60%, then after you read Scrum Guide one more time, you have gained more knowledge, then eventually your score will start increasing. Do it until and unless you start scoring 100% in the open assessment, and try to score 100% multiple times. So that way you will get an idea about also the format of the questions, not the difficulty level. In my experience, the actual questions in the exam are a bit difficult than the ones which are there in the open assessment, but you will get a fair idea of the format and everything, because it is there on the same website, scrum.org. Give those open assessments. The best thing is that at the end of your exam, that is the open assessment. I'm talking about open assessment, which is the free of cost assessment. So at the end of the assessment you will get the result, and with the result you will get each correct answer. And whatever you have incorrect, whatever you have marked incorrectly, it will tell you these were the incorrect answers and these were the correct. And which each answer, it will give you an explanation that if this option is correct, why this is correct. I would say please do read that explanation very well. That is sometimes very helpful. It will help you to build a deeper understanding. It will also help you to break some myths. So read that explanation very carefully. You can also download that report once you are done with the certification. Sorry, once you are done with the open assessment, you can also download the result, and you can just check that what all the things which you have marked incorrectly and why they were incorrect. Read the explanation. Even for the correct ones, do read the explanation very well. That will help you to build a add-on kind of understanding and knowledge. So yeah, these are all the steps that you can do. Read Scrum guide. uh, you can go for training, that's totally optional. And give open assessments which are there for Scrum Master. I have given the link in the description box, and you can get yourself mentored from any experienced Scrum Master. And you can also read Scrum books. These are all the steps that you can do for preparing for PSM1 certification. Again, if you have any questions, you can also let me know. I will try to help you out to the best of my knowledge. Thank you all. Thanks for watching. If you found it worthy, please do like, subscribe, and share this. Thank you all. Bye bye.